Hey, this is my video on what is DNS. My name is Michael Jones, and we're going to try to put this explanation in layman terms. DNS is an acronym for Domain Name System. The domain name system is a hierarchical, distributed naming system for computers, services, or any resource connected to the internet or a private network. It associates various information with domain names assigned to each of the participating entities. Most importantly, it translates domain names meaningful to humans into numerical identifiers associated with networking equipment for the purpose of locating and addressing these devices worldwide. For example, www.google.com translates to 216.239.51.99. www.google.com is the human format, and 216.239.51.99 is the machine format. DNS is responsible for that translation. The Internet maintains two principal namespaces: the domain name hierarchy and the Internet Protocol address spaces. The domain name system maintains the domain name hierarchy and provides translation services between it and the address spaces. The act of translating the domain name into an IP address is called resolving the DNS. In order to resolve, let's learn the parts of a domain name. A domain consists of one or more parts separated by dots. For example, www.google.com. The dots is what separates each of the parts of that address. The rightmost part is known as the top level. Management of that top level is delegated by ICANN. Think of the top level as getting you in the right city. So in that example, .com is the top level. It could be .com, .net, .info, .eu, .org, .edu. But knowing what that top level is, DNS is able to route your request to the right city per se, to be able to get the correct address to get you to the information you requested. So number two, next to the left is the subdomain. The subdomain is like the street address of the destination you're looking for. So once the top level is identified and it's routed to the proper place or server, DNS server, then that DNS server will return per se a street address that will route your request to the exact place you're requesting. So let's resolve this. www.google.com. First we search the top level or find the city, which is .com. Next, the top level tells us where to look for the subdomain or where to find the street address. We use this address to establish a connection and transfer the data we are asking for. In this case, the web page Google. Here's an image from howstuffworks.com that explains the process. In the lower left-hand corner, you see a computer, and it's asking for directions to www.howstuffworks.com. It sends that request to the right to a DNS server, and that DNS server answers that www.howstuffworks.com isn't listed in its database, or you can think of it as on its map. So it begins to ask other DNS servers if they have a map of howstuffworks.com. So you can see it go up to the next DNS server, number 3, and it says, yeah, that's in my cache, and it maps to this address, 70.42.251.42. So basically, this DNS server is saying, hey, I have a map of this, it's on my map, and I can tell you how to get there. So it feeds that information back down to number 4, the first DNS server, and number 4, that first DNS server, sends that information back to number 1, which is the laptop that's requesting the directions to howstuffworks.com. So now the laptop has a numerical value, which is 70.42.251.42 for www.howstuffworks.com. So now it can directly connect to the How Stuff Works server, and you can see that in the green arrow. And this is a very basic explanation of domain name system. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Okay, so how do I